respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. Hey, everybody, I peace. Hey, I be peace. I bring peace. Hey, to the genuine ones with no malicious intentions. Hi. Today is currently, Naya.
I thought you was going to take over the show.
Anyway, Naya, I need the date.
Today's currently October 3rd.
Wait, hold on. Can we start over, Naya?
All right.
Peace and respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. No, the change of me. Hi to the genuine ones. Hey! Today's currently, October 3rd, 2025. Hey! My name is Peace. I bring peace. My name is Peace. I bring peace. Peace and respect your neighbor. UNITY. Hey! You know that does exist in the real world. You know what I'm saying? You know what the right people that's truly for you? You know the folks that's not sending you the evil lie, alone projected spirit. Hold on 1 second, cause the devil's a lie. I worship the good God with no malicious intentions. I'm just a puppet. What do I know? Love yourself, don't dim your light, neighbor. Love yourself, don't dim your light, neighbor. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. I'm peace. I bring peace. Hi to the genuine ones. Where everybody at? No, the change off of me now. Where everybody at? You know, they was sending you spelling all types of weird stuff. Got people threatening now your life and all types of stuff. Well, we protected by the good God because we don't worship the devil. Even when you think you got now your back against the wall, we gonna still push through. Never give up on yourself. Hold on 1 second. Naya, is it okay if I do the speech that I wanted to do earlier?
Go ahead, peace.
I don't know why I asked you for anyway. You said I could run the show for the next 2 more minutes. Let's go! Real recognize real. Don't dim your life far from hate. Then have to pretend neighbor. Hold on 1 second, dude. Hold on, I forgot the words, Naya. I forgot the words. Oh, wait. Being authentic. You trying to bring me down with your punchline saying I didn't worthy. I wasn't worthy. Yeah, I may get lost in my words. I'm just a puppet. Becoming my best self vision of myself. I wasn't trying to dim my light when you tried to make me catch a case. Hold on 1 second, God got my back. Hold on 1 second, God got my back. I love myself not to dim my light. I love myself not to dim my light. Yeah. I know how to respect my neighbor. I know how to respect my neighbor. And I'm just a puppet. Hate crime, stop the violence. Hate crime, stop the violence. No, if it changed over. Hi to the genuine ones with no misintentions. I gotta go. I'm peace. I bring peace. And I be in my own lane. Stop sending the evil lie over here, you weirdo. It's the truth over me. No, for real. You doing all that weird stuff. You wouldn't want someone sending this to your Grammy. Ha! It's the truth over me. You know, some people don't care about their mother or their father or let alone their family members. But you know you got someone that you love and you care. Stop sending innocent people to spell work because you jealous and envy, you weirdo. I gotta go. Later. See you later.
I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and my content is not for everyone. I'm still healing from a hate crime that was done to me. I would never hurt myself, good day, bad day, or misunderstand day, regardless who projecting spell towards me, or sending me evil eye, or projecting a hate crime towards me, or that has malicious intentions towards me, and I say that respectfully. Always be yourself when someone says you don't have potential. It was never competition. What's up, neighbor? Neighbor, don't dim your light. No, we are not the same, because I'm far from a hater. To the genuine ones with all those intentions, I truly hope all is well in your end. Healing trauma and pain is not a race or an overnight process, and I say that respectfully. Never get discouraged because someone doesn't understand your worth. When you don't have malicious intentions, you're not sending someone an evil lie. You're not projecting spoilwork towards your neighbor. Good day, bad day, or misunderstood day. Regardless to if you came from poverty and pain or not. Regardless if you're trying to outgrow an old mindset or regardless if you're trying to outgrow certain unhealthy habits, regardless of what you're going through mentally, and you're challenging yourself every single day that you're not trying to give up on yourself, regardless of who did not love you, respect you, protect you, and they gave up on you during the journey when you truly needed them the most. And I say that respectfully. You know, when you don't run from your past, you're not accountable for your action. No, that energy is different. You act in your body weight, not just shoe size. So hold on 1 second, that weight is different. And confidence looks good on you today, and I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. I'm far from a copycat, and it's not a crime to be authentic, regardless of what man or woman is threatening my life right now. I would never hurt myself, and I say that respectfully. Gang stalking is real towards your household, and you're not doing it for likes and music, cloud chasing, or fame. Folks are supposed to be adults. No, Anthony, trade off of me. Acting their body weight, not their shoe size. But this type of stuff actually happens. How individuals will pay children or put children in situations as an adult to bring harm towards someone else's child or bring harm towards another adult is a train of thought for me. Or let alone an adult sending sport to children or an adult projecting sport on another adult at the end of the day, regardless of someone's tax bracket. Or someone gang stalking someone or hacking their emails, devices, accounts, or trying to rob them mentally, spiritually, financially, or even energy harvesting off their energy. How this type of stuff happens, and that innocent person, when they spoke up for themselves, they wasn't doing it for likes and views or clout chasing or fame. They was put in a box at the end of the day. When it came to, hold on one second, nobody's going to understand your conscience when it comes to growth. When someone was speaking up for themselves, when they was truly under spiritual welfare, and I say that so because we do live in a spiritual world in the day. And when someone is not doing it for likes and views or clout chasing or fame, and they wasn't doing it to get someone's position, they wasn't doing it to try to dim somebody's light. That energy is different. Didn't matter their culture, religion, sexual orientation, disability, or age. Gang stalking is real towards your household. And you're not doing it for likes, music, cloud chasing, or fame. And healing trauma and pain is not a race overnight process. No mother or father or a family member should lose a child because someone is insecure, has jealousy or envy or whatever the case may be. It didn't matter if that person came from one family household or not at the end of the day. It should be no reason why a mother or father is grieving a child or a family member is grieving a child or a family member due to hate crime or crime alone itself, or domestic violence. And I say that respectfully, or because of jealousy and envy, or because someone has insecurity problems. Didn't matter how old they was, and I say that respectfully. Someone didn't have malicious intentions towards you. You took it upon yourself to project this evil lie towards someone, project sport towards someone. You wanted someone to live in fear. You had to create a hate train to kick someone down. You didn't want someone to elevate. You didn't want someone to prosper. You didn't want someone to have access to fall in love with themselves every single day because you don't understand your reflection. How this type of stuff actually happens. No mother or father, regardless they came from poverty and pain or not, should be stripped away from their child. And especially regardless if they came from poverty and pain, they wasn't taught certain love languages when it comes to someone pouring into them. But they knew how to pour into their baby. They knew how to respect their neighbor. They knew how to respect their neighbor, let alone their child. Good day, bad day, or misunderstand day. Because someone had controlling issues, someone decided to strip that mother and father from that baby. And that baby actually changed their life for the better. And healing that bond at the end of the day will never be an overnight process. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. It's not. No, if the truth don't be got done, my content is right. Okay. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. Entertainment purposes only. No, if the truth don't for me. You was minding your business and minding your business, you the driver, whatever the case may be, and you decide to pick up one of your crazy cousins or family members or your associates or whatever the case may be, the one who has lack of self-control. No, it's the trade off of me. You ever realize you had to calm them down with the calming them down when they was in between a fight at the end of the day when they supposed to be the passenger? It should be no reason why you having road rage when I'm having it. It's the trade off me. They trying to bring your goddamn blood pressure up too. I didn't ask for this one-sided conversation. I just wanted to go from point A to Z in silence, listen to my little music or whatever the case may be. I didn't ask you to make me feel at the end of the day, I gotta curse you out too, stupid. Let alone break out a goddamn fight. It's the trade though for me. You ever realize someone at the end of the day that you thought was so responsible, only to realize the only time they crash out in the day is when someone tries to crash out with you? No, it's the trade though, but it was no in between. No, for real, because you going in road rage status at the end of the day, so now they defending you, not realizing they defending you at the end of the day. And you had to reevaluate your whole mental health, like, you know what, I did put you in this circumstances at the end of the day. I got a two-piece up too, what I do? No, the train don't mean. Because someone decides to double park or whatever the case may be, or jump in front of you or whatever case may be, y'all almost colliding, all types of stuff. And you give them the finger with them giving the finger, but you wanted to keep it pushing. But homegirl had the energy today to say, you know what? Get out the car. Not only get out the car, but they stopped you while you was going in rotation. I didn't sign up for this conversation. I swear I did not sign up for this conversation. No, for real, bro. Someone lacking self-control, because not everybody deserves to be behind the wheel. And especially if you got to get out your car and want to fight somebody because you're having a bad day, that ain't got nothing to do with someone that just gave you the finger. You supposed to keep it pushing. It's a trade throw for me. So much pain. And only about to hold on 1 second. You wasn't built to be someone's psychiatrist, let alone doctor that day. No, the trade throw me. You ever try to calm yourself down and be the mature one and then realize you got a hot head in the car too? Whoo! No, it's a trade throw me. Only to realize you're trying to calm yourself down and then calm this fool down too. The math ain't going to add up at the end of the day when you realize that this fool is two-piecing somebody already. How quick and fast it just happened within a split of a second. No, the trade though, because it should be no reason why anyway someone cut you off, and not only that, but they shouldn't have their hand in your window when it comes to hold on 1 second. It should be no glass on your floor. I understand why someone got out to whip somebody's ass. No, that's the trade it off for me. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. And this ain't purpose only. No, it's the trade off me. It's a struggle when you deal with someone that's toxic and you trying to find love. No, it's the trade it off for me. Entertainment purposes only. You ever been big single, started talking to someone new or whatever the case may be? And you know when you have one of those lesbian cousins or aunts or mothers or fathers, or even when it comes to the male figure, whatever the case may be, you tell them, baby, be safe out there, because them folks out there don't like you too much. It's the trade though for me. And this fool decides to get into a relationship after they've been single for so many years at the end of the day, but the math just wasn't add up until they came across this one conversation. I didn't sign up for this. I swear. This is what a mother and father prays for. No, for real. Not for state child to be put in harm's way. No, that's the trait of me. They come across someone that was trisexual. Oh, Lord, the devil's a lie. My baby is gay. There should be no reason why you communicate with it. The fool. No, it's a trait over me. Only to realize at the end of the day, this person, they start talking or whatever the case may be, that, they're hanging out, and, someone decides to miss out a big piece of a situation, that they in a situation. So your loved one or whatever the case may be decides to go over there. No, that's a trick of me. I didn't sign up for this. I swear I didn't sign up for this. No, for real, bro. I can't stand when men try to come at females, or certain females, straight women or whatever the case may be, got so much to say about the gay girl. No, it's a trait of me. It's fake, but they like. It's a trait of me. So this fool says, you know what, it ain't gonna last long. First of all, I didn't sign up for your one-sided conversation. Please control whatever you got going on with your situation, because it ain't got nothing to do with me. I didn't participate in this. I swear I didn't. You ever realize you didn't participate in a certain conversation and someone wants to project on you? I came at peace. No, it's the trait of me. When you're not the argument type of person or whatever the case may be, but someone is just giving you the mean eye. I can't stand that person. Why? I didn't even do anything to you, fool. It's a train throw for me. Only to realize at the end of the day, the fool that you start talking to, they start inquiring, I meant to tell you, between this time of the day and this time of the evening or morning, whatever the case may be, someone does decide to pop their head in, but I didn't think they was going to come in and pretend. No, it's the train though, because they always talk about they going to show up. And I only realized, hold on 1 second, this is one of those days. It's a train throw for me. It should be no reason why I gotta jump out of a window because you lack self-control and you don't know how to dismiss somebody because you're still dibbling and dabbling. You just can't keep it real. Hello, I'd rather have a safe landing the same way I came in. I want to go out. It's the train throw for me. I don't know what's wrong with folks in the day. How when you're supposed to be big single, it should be no reason why I'm entertaining pointless conversations. Hello, it's the trait of me. When you know at the end of the day. When you're in a relationship with somebody, it's just you and them. If they don't actually say I'm dabbling with poly or whatever the case may be, because that was a goddamn lie. When you're a one person at the end of the day, you make sure those conversations is very outspoken. No, it's the trait of me. What's wrong with people? My content is not for everyone. It's not. I may not be entertaining to you, but my content is not for everybody. Individuals will project lust, let alone project spoken in toxic way. They want you to have that struggle type of love. They want you to have that mind manipulation game type of love, having one foot in one door, one foot in the other door. But hold on one second, that conscience is different when it comes to motivation. You motivate yourself every single day. You overcame that toxic relation. They would never understand. Hold on one second, I had to pour into myself. I was far from pretending when I had to heal that wound when someone didn't understand me at the end of the day. I wasn't trying to overlook myself. Hold on one second. I knew how to maintain someone's smile when they try to get physical, when I wasn't trying to kick myself down. My content is not for everyone. And I say that respectfully. How individuals will come into your life to try to distract you, humiliate you, make you feel at the end that you pouring into the wrong cup, but only was to hold on one second. God then allow you to overlook yourself. I'm not projecting God on everybody. And I say that respectfully because, hold on one second, we don't pray the same, but I'm far from a hater. Well, I knew how to pray for my neighbor. Domestic violence is real. Hate crime is real. Violence is real. It doesn't have a color, a race, a religion, or age. And I say that respectfully. Nobody should be put into a blindsided situation, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. When someone wants to pour into you, they see you, they hear you, and they respect you. It's not the outside world where they looking for validation from because they acting authentic up close in person behind closed doors. They didn't have fake when it comes to the river when they heart, when they poured into you that day, when it comes to the future, someone truly showing up for you. I love to talk about love, but true love is not toxic, let alone it's not supposed to hurt. Regardless if you had your moms and your pops in your life, and I say that respectfully, I don't mean no disrespect, but my content is not for everyone. It's not.
Love is real, love is one of a kind, with the right one truly for you.
That is just different. God gave you a date when it came to that number. Who would have knew that the love of your life would truly allow you to see what God allows you to heal open wounds at the end of the day, when God truly allows you to see a future so real, when the right person was truly pointing into your life to show you at the end of the day that he wasn't here to overlook you. Someone bringing peace into your life, it wasn't complicated. Far from crazy, who would have known that someone truly would be on the same page with you? Someone not manipulating you. Someone protecting your heart didn't have to get physical. Someone wasn't trying to fumble you, let alone disrespect you. Someone praying for you. I may not pray the same, but who would have knew that someone truly respect your spirituality when you wasn't trying to project, hold on one second, pain. Your healing process ain't the same. But you knew how to respect someone's boundary when it come to hold on one second, being on the same page. Imagine pouring into the same person every single day. Y'all both uplifting each other the most healthiest way. Y'all wasn't trying to cross each other. That energy is different. Let alone have a hand problem. Let alone mislead each other with, hold on one second, pain. Yeah, both were stepping for each other the most healthiest way, asking God to show you better days ahead when you least expect it, and the love your life didn't have to pretend. The one that didn't have to have the cake and eat it too, the only one at the end of that was truly showing up for you. Days when you couldn't see when it comes to the love department. You hold on one second, someone truly allows you to feel what God allows you to see while your prayers came true. God revealed, God prepared a table when you least expected because divine timing actually hits different. What a conscience. Imagine praying for somebody on your rainy day, only was the hold on one second it became your better days. Because your prayer never got overlooked. You had a couple of unfair shared relationships, only was the hold on one second God allowed you to see why God didn't give up on you. God allowed you to see why balance is different. The love of your life didn't have to pretend to truly bring you knowledge when it comes to healthy love, being on the same page, love. Someone bringing peace into your life, it wasn't complicated. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and just because moments. That moment when that person that was sitting spoke in a toxic way, send you the evil lie because they didn't want you to be in a healthy relationship when it comes to someone could relate. Because love is real, love is one of a kind, with the right one truly for you. And how when you truly woke at the end of the day, the love of your life truly allows you to feel while you comfortable in your own skin, and it wasn't insecurity. How when your past tried to project it on you, because they wanted to have the cake and eat it too, when it came to so many excuses. Because when the right person walks into your life, it wasn't mind manipulation games. They ain't have time for the outside world when it come to third party conversations. Hold on a second. The love of your life didn't have to pretend. Someone was your biggest cheerleader up close in person behind closed doors. That remedy is different how God was showing you the proper directions when it comes to pouring to the right cup because the love of your life didn't have to pretend to love you another day. My content is not for everybody. True love is not based off of lust. True love is not based off of spell work. Because when the right person walks into your life, they're not projecting that on you. It's genuine, it's loyal, it's respect, and someone is willing to meet you halfway. Someone allowing you to feel while you're emotionally available. Someone trying to shortchange your mental health. You had enough chaos going on in your life. You had folks not show you what love was. You had folks not respect you. You had folks pretend. You have folks blackmail you. You have folks rob you mentally, spiritually, financially, even any energy harvest off your energy or project a spell on you. But when the right person walks into your life, they see you, they hear you, they respect you, and they're not trying to mislead you when it comes to a future. Someone capable, able, or willing. Regardless, they came from poverty and pain. The energy is different. Someone gave you the proper balance when it comes to hold on 1 second, being on the same page. Someone stepping for you. Someone cheering you on up close, a person behind closed doors, even when you get stuck in your words. At the end of the day, I don't mean no disrespect, but someone didn't have to put their hands on you. Someone wasn't trying to bring you harm. Someone who shows at the end of the day, they got your back. When society doesn't understand it, hold on 1 second. It was never competition. It was never hurt. It was true love. Who would have known? The love of your life wasn't overlooking you. You know, my content is not for everyone, and that's okay. But always be yourself with no misintentions. It's not a crime to walk into a healthy relationship, regardless if you had your mother and your father in your life or not, regardless if someone didn't show you the proper steps of how to love. And I say that respectfully, and especially when you're not doing it for likes and views and cloud chasing or fame. Because when the right person walks into your life, they act the same way up close in person and behind closed doors. It was never for a script at the end of the day. When someone actually walked into your life and truly was being genuine. Someone never had to switch up on you. That chapter is different. Who would have knew? So people paying attention to go within to understand that true love was comfortable. No, infiltrate on me. My cousin, I might have. Okay. Always be yourself with no misintentions, and I say that respectfully. I'm still healing from a hate crime that was done to me. I would never hurt myself regardless to what man or woman is threatening my life or who's projecting sport towards me regardless to their tax bracket or regardless to who's gang stalking me or hacking my devices, emails, or accounts at the end of the day. Or regardless to who said they know me and trying to blackmail me against me. I would never hurt myself. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. I never knew it was a crime to go outside and get a fresh air. I never knew it was a crime to enjoy life at the end of the day in your own surroundings, regardless of in your own household or not. Without someone saying, oh, I'm projecting sport on this person. I'm doing this, I'm doing that at the end of the day. You know, I don't worship the devil. I don't energy harvest on people's energy. I don't project sport towards people. I don't project magic towards people. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. And I don't have to destiny swipe on anybody because I have my own anointings. And it's not a crime to be authentic. And I say that respectfully. How folks will feel because you elevating in life or they saw you at one stage in your life at the end of the day or they decide that those sport and go to a community to project it on you and they wanted you to be stuck and they wanted to destiny swipe with you or they wanted to do malicious intentions towards you to rob you mentally, spiritually, financially, or even drain your energy to energy harvest off your energy. They didn't want you to get their spot. But when you know how to give respect and credit when it's due, or give someone flowers when it's due, or when someone is not for you, you know how to stay in your lane and know how to respect your neighbor. You didn't have to pretend to be authentic. Because when someone is truly not for you, it's thank you, no thank you. When you come in contact with someone that's holding a door for you, or you drop something, or whatever the case may be, it's not a crime to say to your neighbor, hey neighbor, you dropped something. How folks will use you against you because you're being a good citizen. You know, when you don't run from your past, regardless of who's trying to blackmail you, try to tell your story better than you at the end of the day, or your life better than you never ran from who you was. You can repeat whatever you did that day. You know, certain individuals won't understand that. But never allow someone to project fear in you, regardless of what you're going through. I say that respectfully. You know, with growth comes change, that elevation hits different. They had to pretend to try to play you close when you truly knew how to go within. You know, that conscious is different. I love myself not to dim my light. I was far from thirsty at the end of the day because God was sure you give me the proper nourishments when it came to even when I had an empty stomach.
I know how it feels at the end of the day for folks to overlook me. They didn't know how to love me, let them respect me. They laughed in my face, try to humble me. But I understood that God's word is different. When God truly showed me my faith, I wasn't giving up on me. I have chicks and dudes and didn't matter they tax bragging, sending me spoken and toxic way. They wanted me to shake in my shoes, but hold on one second. God said I wasn't bent out of shape. When they wanted me to crash out, I was far from a test dummy. At the end of the day, God was just truly showing me at the end of the day, the elevation is different. Hold on one second, don't dim your light, neighbor. Far from a hate, I was never in competition, neighbor.
Regardless if you come from poverty and pain, there are decent men and women that don't project spoke towards you, that don't send you the evil eye. Regardless, they have children in their life that they're raising, regardless they is their grandchildren or not, or their own children, in regards to how old their child is, because that's always that going to be that mother and father's baby at the end of the day, regardless if they're a toddler or they're acting a body weight. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everybody. It's not. Not everybody is a mother and father. You got individuals that do things for likes, music, cloud, chasing, and fame. But that mother and father, regardless they came from poverty and pain, they don't want someone projecting spoke towards a child or sending a child the evil lie. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. They wouldn't want their child to be in a situation where they're dealing with domestic violence. And knowing that their child has a beautiful heart, regardless of if they was in the same household with that child or not. They raise that child. Good day, bad day, and misunderstanding day. They pick up the phone days when that baby is sick, regardless that baby's a toddler or regardless that baby's an adult. They check up on that baby if that baby's in the hospital. They make sure at the end of the day, regardless they got a boo-boo. Are you okay? You a little under the weather? Do you need some food? It be the train of thought for me. How you got folks at the end of the day. Certain folks do things for likes, views, and cloud chasing of fame. But when you're a real mother and father, that energy is different. Regardless if you didn't have your mother and your father in your life, or regardless if you lost your mother and your father, when you allowed yourself to have that title of being a parent, not only did you choose you took on a responsibility. And because you took on a responsibility, you said you're going to love this baby. You're going to pour into this baby. And it was never for likes and views when you got a blessing. We may not pray the same, but I don't wish God on nobody today because everybody doesn't pray the same. But I worship the good God with no intentions. I don't worship the devil, regardless to what man or woman is trying to blackmail me. It's currently 10:32 p.m. I never gave no next door neighbor permission to use my creativity to blackmail me against me or gang stalk me, regardless of their tax bracket, and I say that respectfully. How individuals will monitor your every move, regardless if it's noon, night, day, evening, regardless of what time of the day it is at the end of the day, to bring harm towards you. And they don't even know that they're bringing harm towards you because they think it's funny. Because certain individuals, when it becomes the norm, when it comes to gang stalking or projecting spoke towards somebody or projecting magic towards somebody, when it becomes someone's everyday norm at the end of the day, they don't mind hurting the next person because someone didn't have to pretend to be authentic. My content is not for everybody. It's not. But there are real men and women, regardless if you was put in a system and you was left alone, that's how you felt at the moment, that you didn't have your safe place when it comes to a guardian. Or you never had a safe place when it comes to pouring into somebody as the adult that you are today. Or you don't know how to communicate with certain individuals. They say they hear you, they respect you, whatever the case may be. But when it comes to certain conversations, you rather keep it within. It didn't matter if you had a mother and a father in the household or not. I don't mean no disrespect. And I said it respectfully. But there are mothers and fathers out here that don't do it for likes and views when they pour into their child. And they actually pray over their child. Or even if they didn't pray over their child, they would hate to get a phone call and hear a man or a woman sexually assaulted their child. Their child was in a hate crime, or their child was in a domestic dispute crime, or their child was in part of a violence crime, or their child was in a crossfire in the day. I don't wish bad on nobody's child, regardless of how old you are, and I say that respectfully. You could disrespect me all day long. I do not live in fear, and I would never hurt myself, and I say that respectfully. I would never hurt myself, regardless of what man or woman is threatening my life. And I say that respectfully. And regardless of who continues to send spoke towards me, I do not live in fear, and I will never hurt myself, regardless of trying to make me homeless, rob me mentally, spiritually, or financially. I worship the good God. I don't worship the devil. And I say that respectfully. regardless of my sexual orientation, regardless of my disability, my age, my religion, or my culture. I know how to respect my neighbor. I am far from a hater, regardless to who continues to monitor and gang stalk me. I would never hurt myself. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. Never allow a man or woman to threaten your life because they decide to take your kindness or weakness, didn't matter their tax bracket, and tell you your voice doesn't matter. No mother or father should get a phone call and hear, excuse me, and hear that they child just was part of a hate crime. They child was just part of someone violating their personal space, or they child was just in a situation where someone threatened their life, and they said that they child voice don't matter. It don't matter how old that child was. That child could be coming out of the schoolhouse. That child could be going to the wash house. That child could be going to the grocery store. That child could be going to the bank. That child could be going to their friend house, their family house. Regardless to who it is at the end of the day, no mother or father should get that phone call, regardless if it's a grandparent or not, or uncle or not, should get a phone call and hearing at the end of the day that, hold on 1 second, someone threatened my life and said my voice don't matter when I speak up for myself. You know how a father feels? A real man that talks with his chest. Regardless if he didn't have his mother or father in his life, that protects his household or protect the woman that he respects. He didn't have to know her for years at a time, or respects that man or that child at the end of the day, to hear that someone violated them or disrespected them. You know how that man feels? For him to hear at the end of the day that another grown-ass man said, my child voice doesn't matter, my loved one voice doesn't matter, because you said that their voice does not matter. Because hold on 1 second. You're going to have individuals project spell work, energy, harvest off their energy, bring harm towards them, gang stalk them, all because, hold on 1 second, you're insecure. You got jealousy and envy within you. It didn't matter what someone's environment was at the moment at the end of the day. Because regardless, you come from poverty and pain, you don't got to act like it. Just like you don't have to act like because you live in a hood, your household doesn't have to be, okay, well, you have to be in a pissy environment. You have to be in an unhealthy environment. How people pick and choose who they want to judge and disrespect because someone is clean, well kept, or whatever the case may be, or because you want to control the narrative of someone's life and said that they are addict, a prostitute, a sex worker, whatever the case may be, because you want to control the narrative of someone's life and project fear in somebody's life. You know how this type of stuff actually happens when an innocent person is trying to get their life together? Or someone just lost a mother and father and so lost in the world? Or someone just lost a loved one that they safe place? Did it have to matter if they was blood related or not? This type of stuff actually happens. Everybody's brain they ain't the same, but your voice does matter. And I'm nice and respect, and I'm far from a hater. Regardless to what man or woman is hacking my devices, my accounts, my emails, monitoring my phone calls, and is controlling the background scenes at the end of the day, regardless to my platform or my devices or my personal information. I never gave nobody permission to do such a thing. And I never gave nobody permission to use my personal information to blackmail me against me. And you said that my voice doesn't matter, and you're willing to pay me out to be, hold on 1 second, crazy. You're willing to pay me out to use my documentations against me, to get me locked up, put in a sideboard. Imagine someone threatening your life like that. Or because you want to respect your neighbor. Or because someone wanted to control the narrative, not to ruin their own reputation, but they rather destroy yours. How this type of stuff actually happens. I'm far from a hater. Never allow someone to tell you your voice doesn't matter. Someone will sit there and say that you don't have potential, but they'll watch you months and years at a time and make money off of you, and then call you a bum, and then rob you mentally, spiritually, financially, even energy, office of your energy, even create a hate train, and make sure that your voice does not get to the point where it's elevated. We don't pray the same, and I don't live in fear because that's not what God endured in my vein. We may not got the same blood type, I know how to respect my neighbor, didn't have to pretend being authentic. I have a safe year, day, evening, week, weekend, humanity worthy. I would never hurt myself when it comes to me choosing me. When it comes to my creativity, I work with my Heavenly Mother, my Heavenly Father God. When the right people walk into your life that God sends, They respect you good day, bad day, misunderstanding day. They're not sending you the evil eye. They're not projecting spoke towards you. They're not energy harvesting off your energy. They're not bringing harm towards you good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. And I say that respectfully. It's disgusting to see how when someone made you their enemy and then they have other individuals participating to go against you, you just became the enemy too. And then when someone speaks up for themselves, now you want to bring harm towards them. Now you want to project spoke towards them. Now you're trying to destroy them because why? You decide to get on that wagon when it comes to the hate train. How this type of stuff actually happens when someone's trying to overcome their rainy days. You know, healing trauma and pain is not a race overnight process, and I say that respectfully. You know, when white people walk into it like that, can they body weight and they shoe size? They was far from a hated when, hold on 1 second, when the devil was telling so many lies. Y'all may not pray the same, but someone that had to blackmail you to pretend, hold on 1 second, God was really showing you elevation is different. With the right people into it like they had to pretend. I'm not here general respect. That may not make sense to the average person regardless to who has me shadow banned or not. I would never hurt myself. And when it comes to my creativity, I never signed up for someone's one-sided ass contract. Or whoever's making money with me at the end of the day. Or whoever's trying to take my creativity ideas at the end of the day. You know, when God restores you, that is just different. Never give up on yourself, and I say that respectfully. When it comes to my creativity, I work alone and I always have since day one. And I say that respectfully. I would never hurt myself regardless to who comes into my life, regardless to if I know you or not. And I say that respectfully. Respect is a two-way street. I would never hurt myself. I walk these streets alone. I do not live in fear. And I say that respectfully. And it's not a crime to speak for yourself, even when the devil tried to tell me so many lies. Loving yourself is not a crime.
Misunderstood and loved by you, far from a hater, what about you? Misunderstood and judged by you, far from a hater, what about you? Stop the violence in the community. Nothing changed off of me.
I'm still healing from a hate crime that was done to me by individuals I don't even know. Let alone, you'd be so surprised who'll send this spoke towards you. All because of the fact that they want you to not show up for you. They want you to be in a mindset of not elevating. But I don't live in fear and I would never hurt myself. And I'm still healing from a hate crime that was done to me. And one thing I gotta do is lie. Always be yourself, no misintentions. I would never hurt myself. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day, regardless to what man or woman is controlling my creativity. When I mean who has access to see my content or not. And I say that respectfully. You know, hate crime and violence, no mother or father or loved one should lose someone that they care about due to someone's insecurities, or lose a family member because of the fact that someone's insecure, someone has jealousy, envy, or hate, or someone decide to play with sporking and link up with that witch, that warlock, that tarot reader, or that doctor, or dibble and dabble with voodoo or witchcraft or whatever the case may be. You put a name in your book, because everybody's spirituality is not the same. But it's called respect. How someone doesn't have to do anything to anybody for someone to project spell. I never knew it was a crime to be real. It's a train of thought for me. Yes, we are all not the same. But I would never stop being myself. And I know how to repeat whatever I did that day. It's a train of thought for me because I don't run from my past. We are all not the same. How individuals would try to humiliate you with your past. Or they would do rituals to try to kick you down and blackmail you against you. Or even hack your devices and gang stalk you or act like they had conversations with you at the end of the day. Just to act like at the end of the day, you had a full conversations. All because, hold on 1 second, the way technology works today. I never signed up for someone's one-sided contract, and I say that respectfully. Always be yourself, no misintentions. No mother or father should lose a child or a family member should lose a child due to violence, hate crime, domestic violence. You put a name in your book, that's unacceptable. Even when it comes down to spiritual welfare, when someone's projecting spirit towards your child, regardless of how old they are, and you're not doing it for likes, views, or clout chasing or fame. I never wanted someone's position. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. I'm authentic. We ain't the same. Because I'm far from a hater. Didn't have to pretend. Neighbor.
No ever change. Don't always be yourself with no malicious intentions.
To the genuine ones with intentions, protect your energy, protecting your family, stay out of trouble, stop the violence. You're mad and you're worthy. You know, healing trauma and pain is not a race or an overnight process. And I say that respectfully. I'm not here. Genuine respect. And my content is not for everyone.
Peace and respect to neighbor. Stop the violence. You better run on them. You're like, gotta go there, but on them. You're like, gotta go. Hold on 1 second.
Peace and respect to neighbor. Stop the violence. Hi to the genuines. Hi. Now he was talking all that time, but anyway, hold on one second. I want to close out. Hold on one second. Hey. They was talking about Naya. Hey, Naya. Peace and respect your neighbor. I'm on Naya's side. Hold on one second. It was never competition. Didn't have hate in my vein. I'm only your puppet, but I know how to respect my neighbor. I know how to respect my neighbor. Peace and respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. Hi to the genuine ones. Do y'all miss me? Hi. I gotta go. Have a good weekend. I just want to say that stop the violence. And stop sending people to evil out, weirdo.
I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and my content is not for everyone. Thank you for your time. Stop the violence. Have a good day.